one of my favorite ways to catch smallmouth bass is with a tube. Now, for a lot of people, and even myself years ago, all I knew is that when I threw a tube, it was great for smallmouth, it caught them, it worked, and it worked at certain areas better than it did at this area. But anyway, what you're actually doing with a tube is you're imitating a crawfish, a perch, or a goby. Now, many of you know that the coffee tube by Strike King with a 1/4 ounce tube jig head fished with a medium heavy casting rod and a high-speed reel with fluorocarbon is my favorite way to fish a coffee tube. But over the years, I had actually heard about a brand of tubes from a company called Xtreme Bass Tackle. So what I did, this right here, this is actually the St. Clair Goby. Now, I got to show you this, and there's a really interesting story behind this. See that? It's a 4-inch tube. It's the St. Clair Goby NFT. It's a tri-laminate tube. See that? You know why I like this so much? Because that looks like a natural goby. Take a look at it, you'll see that it does have the purple flake. It does have the brown with the black flake at the top and the blue, kind of sandish blue color at the bottom. And yes, I just did say blue twice. There it is again. St. Clair Goby NFT. And I also did pick up a pack of the Canadian Mist and the Sweet Green, also in the 4-inch. Now, it's really cool because I had always wondered about these tubes, but I never fished them. I never got them. So what I did is I actually went and I met up with Wayne Carpenter. Now, Wayne is the owner of Xtreme Bass Tackle, and I think it's so cool because he actually packages these tubes himself. They package the tubes, and he's actually a guide on Lake St. Clair. So what I'm going to do, if you guys are interested, I'm going to have the Xtreme Bass Tackle website, the tube, and Wayne Carpenter's Instagram in the description if you guys want to check that out. Like I said, I've always liked the coffee tube, but look at this. I'm going to be fishing with these tubes this year. So for the main part of this video, what we actually did, well, what I actually did, is I went and I met up with Wayne, and we kind of did a little interview thing, and I really hope you guys enjoy it because I'm super excited to fish these tubes. Wayne Carpenter, you are the man.
Yeah, it's a way of life. Hi, my name's Captain Wayne Carpenter, and Xtreme Bass Tackle is a product line of tubes that I designed, and the story really starts back in 1999. But let's not go back that far yet. Let me show you one bait that is a recent addition, and this is St. Clair Goby, and we call it NFT for Natural Forage Technology. Now that is the top, and there's the bottom. And if you take the gobies these days, they basically turn more brownish in color. They used to be more gray, a little more black, a little more plain, but they've turned more brownish in color, and so we've updated the bait. And when I'm going guiding or when I recommend a bait, St. Clair Goby NFT's hard to turn down. Two things you can depend on Lake St. Clair and for bass fishing in general: copper flake and purple flake. Those two flake colors are the two dominant flake colors when you're talking about smallmouth bass. This one has purple.
Okay.
So we have plenty of copper as well, and different choices there. So when you take a look at the product line Xtreme Bass Tackle, there's actually a design behind the design. We have the natural forage part of this. We have gizzard shad, so that's a bait fish imitator. We have mayfly, that's an insect imitator. We've got goby imitators, crayfish imitators, and also baits that are consistent that you can depend on, like Canadian Mist and Formula G3, our #1 and #2 all-time baits. Aside from the natural colors, you also want to have some situational baits, and this year we brought Fire Tiger back. Fire Tiger is a very strong color, and not for everyday fishing, but it's for big fish and for schooling fish. And this is a situational bait, and that's also part of the product line. So that's just part of the Xtreme Bass Tackle story. It goes back to 1999. I certainly have more to tell you. We do seminars, and I have websites, xtremebastackle.com. You can go to see the baits and to purchase them. But I appreciate you letting me share part of my story, and I hope that the product line here shows you that you have a bunch of tools that you can work with as an angler to go out and fish crayfish patterns, baitfish patterns, and hopefully Xtreme Bass Tackle could be part of your story too.
Just look at that. Look at that. How is that not bass candy to you? That is a goby. Look at that. Just drowned in it. That's a goby.